What is up, guys? We are here live at Green Labs in Luna Pier, Michigan for what might be a first, possibly. We're shooting a live podcast in a functioning dispensary.
Yup, we got John from Dutch Touch coming out today. He's going to do some talking with us, and we are going to get to experience some of his favorite strains for sure and get to learn a little bit more about him. He works at the grow over here for Green Labs, so super excited. We're going to get to going.
After that, we'll do some shopping. In the meantime, you guys make sure you guys like, share, comment. Let's go.
Dude, I hope the traffic's going before it starts.
I hope so too.
It's be snowing starting in the next hour. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Smoke with Jay with Frankie J. We are live here at Green Labs in Luna Pier, Michigan.
We got John from Dutch Touch over here. How you doing, boss?
Oh, we are doing well tonight.
Yeah, traffic got you caught up for a little bit.
Yeah, traffic's a little messed up in 75, but that's 75 for me.
You know?
It
was good. It gave us a little bit of time
Always
to prepare.
under construction, council.
Yeah. They had those two lanes are just.
It's bad.
We had, a few months ago we had a bridge out on Luna Pier Road for Franklin.
Yeah.
And it was just, it took months and months, and finally when it opened up, we the city had a party, we had a party. It's people just would not want to deal with it, because you had to do this big detour. And,
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It didn't. I bet that didn't do Green Labs over here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we took a little bit of a hit there, but, it's honestly, people do really like the store. People travel from, I was just in here on Black Friday.
Yeah.
We had people from Indiana. We had people from Kentucky, Tennessee. I want to say Chicago. I mean, it was basically,
a legal state.
Yeah. So some people, Ohio, got a lot of Ohio people for sure. The products, the offerings of Ohio are just not as quite what they are up here in Michigan.
No, absolutely.
They can't do pre-rolls, which is pre-rolls is one of our biggest things we do. And in fact, like with Dutch Touch, our pre-rolls we're a little bit different in the sense that all of our pre-rolls are 100% real bud.
Are they?
Real bud, no trim, none of that shake. It is real, honest to good stuff, full nugs. We're shredding it down, getting all the seeds, all the stems out if there's any.
Amazing.
Making sure it's a nice pre-roll.
That's
so
awesome.
When you get a Dutch Touch pre-roll, it's going to be the good stuff.
That's one thing that I specifically am kind of a hater on is actually pre-made pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get them, the dryness of it, stuff like that. When you get all those leaves, you can tell off top the taste.
Oh yeah.
God forbid you find a seed near you.
Get the pop. You get the pop.
What I don't like about pre-rolls is when you get them, and you grab by the tip and you shake, and then it just shrinks down like.
Yeah. In other words, you open it up, the whole thing's just run out. Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of pre-rolls out there. And I'm sure you guys have noticed. You guys have gone to probably so many stores. A lot of stores would do these buy 50, buy 100, buy
for $20.
But do you want them?
Do you?
Honestly, first of all, you smell it. It smells like hay.
Literally.
Just definitely
not much there. There's no terps, no nothing. Well, it's because mostly it's trim and it's dry, and it is. Technically, it'll get you high. You'll probably, feel something from it.
You get that ripping headache.
We feel that, with cannabis, there's so much more. There's so much more than just, just having cannabis. That's not enough for us. We want really good cannabis. We want stuff that really helps people improve their lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think it starts with pre-rolls for us. We really want to make sure that, if you say you're buying a Mr. Clean pre-roll, you're getting the real stuff. You're getting the real bud. We'll do the work for you. Shred it up and pack it up and make sure it's nice and, tight and everything. And it's going to be a good smoke.
That's good. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's super cool. Hand rolled. Every pre-roll's hand rolled, or are you guys doing?
Well, so we do have a machine kind of assist us.
But it's all bud though.
Yeah, but it's all real.
That's really all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
That's in fact, I was just doing that today. I was at the grow. We were making some pre-rolls. We were making. We got this new strain, 8K 630.
Okay.
And so we were, working with that. Some of the strains can be real light. They can be real dense. Sometimes it looks like you're getting nothing. But it's a gram. And sometimes it's like this, and it's the same thing. So that particular strain was a little bit light, airy, but it's good. I mean, you can smell it. Had real good nose on it.
Is it one of your favorite upcomings, or do you have a favorite right now?
You know, it's hard to say.
Hard to say.
Because honestly, like we have like our core strains, you know, strains that we've been growing a long time. Cluster Funk, I Like Diesel, Mr. Clean. There's some other ones. We're always pheno hunting.
Yep.
You know, we're always trying to get, you know, different crosses, different, you know, hey, what if Death Star and you know, Purple Wookiee, if you mix that together? Or what about some, you know, all kinds of stuff.
There's all kinds of crosses. It's really endless.
It really is truly endless.
You can do whatever.
Which is what we're all about, honestly. Like we're really just a group of local, passionate growers that love the game, love the plant. Really just want to, you know, explore and experiment as much as we can with it. See, you know, always trying to improve, you know, what we can do to kind of give a better product for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we obviously talked about Ohio and how Ohio's quality right now is absolutely terrible. But personally, I'm a big proponent of Michigan actually having the best weed in the country. Obviously, you know, Cali would say was the next contender. What's your stance on that?
Well, you know, back in the day, I lived out in California for summer, and I had a medical card out there. And it was honestly the first time I had experience with a legal market. And so it was one of those places. It was kind of an interesting thing. Like, it was on Venice Beach, if you guys are just familiar with the area. Yep. And they had these girls' bikinis. Leave her today. They're holding up signs, and I said, I don't know what this is about, but I'm interested. But like I just moved out there. I was doing an internship out there, and so I was like, well, you know, I'll try it. And then, you know, I had to pay some guy like $100, and you know, some guy that just like had like some scrubs on, but then like
a doctor,
okay, you know, doctor.
I can tell your backers by looking at you.
You know, and like it was just kind of like a whole, I don't know, like gimmick kind of where it was, like it was like they had this board of like all these ailments and like you just pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like, just pick one.
Do you have
like,
darts? You just choose, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, this is way back then, and I don't know, 2009 or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, California. So I got the license, and I got you know, dispensary. This is the first time I was really trying like different kinds of edibles, like you know, old school stoner myself. You know, just in the early zeros.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say 90s. I don't know if I was smoking when I was in sixth grade or not, but I wasn't. But no, I think. Oh shoot! I guess that's my train of thought.
You're good.
Med card.
Med card.
Oh yeah, med card.
First time.
Oh yeah, so
Different
edibles.
types of edibles.
Yeah, so like when I go to the store, they have like suckers, they have like ice cream sandwiches, and I was just like, you know, my mind was blown. It's like,
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's like you could put that and that, you know, like all of these exciting things, and it was just cool. It was just a fun thing, and I've always been interested in cannabis and just like how there's all these different flavors, you know, and not only just like with edible stuff you could put in anything really. But just the flower itself. I mean, the flower is so versatile. It's so like there are so many different flavor profiles with cannabis that it's insane.
And see, what's
You know?
one thing that obviously I assume everybody's a big hater of, but a lot of people are starting to just drench their stuff in terps.
Yes.
And it's becoming more and more obvious, especially with their favorite brand that they own. We literally got one for free the other day with our purchase, opened it up, and it smelled like a perfume canister.
Yeah.
It's a crazy game right now.
It is, you know, and it's a big market, and so there's a lot of people that like a lot of different things, you know. So, and really, you know, we have no judgment as far as like what people would like. You know, we feel that there's some things that are better in the market.
You know,
right. You know, we really try to focus on, you know, it really has to start from the flower. If you're not growing good flower, I'm not sure you're going to have good extracts. Right. You know, you're not going to have good vapes. You're not going to have good edibles even.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really a fundamental thing. So like, you know, when you do some, you know, tender loving care to the plant, you know, there's so many things that you do with that. And a lot of people on the market, maybe they're just structured differently. There's cost you got to, you know, think about. Maintaining your, you know, having a productive facility enough where it just generates enough money to make sense.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
There's a lot of challenges there.
100%.
And, we feel like with us, with Green Labs and Dutch Touch, we really do try to focus on getting as much quality as we can. Try to grow the best we have, the best we can, giving it great nutrients from like companies like Canna. So right there it's definitely a higher quality nutrient that we can feed.
Absolutely.
The plants. We, try to, do everything. We do harvest. We basically, we don't do wet trim, we do dry. So we put it in the dry room for about, I want to say 3-4 weeks or something like that. And then, we're doing some bucking. And then from there, this is another thing we do differently is we do also hand trim most of our wheat. Yeah. So like, with our good stuff, cluster funk, lilac diesel, really all the Dutch Touch flour, we got about a team of 8 guys just at a rower, just trim head.
And they're pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, they're I did that myself, and you basically can roughly trim about a pound a day. That's what you try to do. That's a lot. It's a pound of basically is like just a big bag.
450.
Yeah, exactly.
Done a fair amount of trimming.
And some of these buds, I mean, the whole thing has just leaves on it.
Literally.
You have to just, it's like
It's like unwrapping a Christmas present. Like
exactly. Like you can't even see the bud yet. And you're like, what is this thing gonna look like?
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm scared and I'll finger trim first. I'm scared to put the scissors in it. I just don't want to touch it.
Yeah, sometimes, you don't want to like shave it off, like just do like an even thing. There's kind of a technique to it where, you're trying to get in the fan leaves
and just pull them out.
And so you get that nice nug that just looks beautiful.
And I think your guys' nugs, like you guys actually, that's why I said that, is because I think you guys do have some phenomenal trimmers, and I think like the flower here, the trim jobs are better in Michigan than I've seen personally.
Well, we appreciate that because we certainly do have the resources to do that. We have a whole team that does just that. They're the trimmers. And they every day just go in, every single strain, they're trimming it out. They're doing the bucking when it's in the dry room. Everybody participates for harvest. So like myself, I'm in the packaging room. So I do a little bit of trimming when it's needed, but I mostly am the guy that just, weighs everything, makes the pre-rolls, and makes sure everything is kind of set up, what's required of us as a grower to send it to here. Green Labs.
You wear many hats in this company.
You do,
And I'm the marketing guy.
And he runs the Instagram.
So give us a little rundown about yourself. We talked about, the brief history of you jumping in, and all that, but how did you get to Dutch Touch, and how did this connect with where we're at right now at Green Labs?
Yeah, so just a little bit about myself. I went to college in Bowling Green. Got a telecommunications degree, so it's kind of like I think Zumba. So I kind of like a TV radio degree. I think it's a different name now. I'm not sure what it's called, but
Telecommunications.
Okay. Cool. Telecommunications. So I was always focused on video production. So I just love shooting video. I love broadcast, this kind of stuff. I love new media, old media. I just love media. And so honestly, it was kind of a shoe-in for this job because, I also love cannabis. In fact, when I was in college, I was like, it'd be a perfect job. Do some marketing for cannabis. And lo and behold, I didn't think that this would happen, but I just stumbled upon this opportunity. I joined the company 2 years ago, September 22, right when we went rec. So we started, I believe, a year before that. We were just medical only, and we had some, some loose ends to tie up, I suppose, with the licensing and everything else. Finally, we got that September 22, and honestly, we've been pretty full go ever since. It's been pretty busy. We have a lot of customers from a lot of different places. There are a lot of new customers that are coming in. 1 week it's something hot. Next thing it's something else that hey, you don't care about that anymore. It's like I want this now. And so which is a good thing too. Because there is a lot of variety on the market, and we certainly have that variety here at Green Labs. We try to cater to everyone's taste as much as we can. There's definitely a lot of taste out there in the market.
Absolutely,
even just with flower, right? I mean, you're talking. There's some people that will not touch fruity stuff, like they're.
Yeah.
It's me.
Like gas.
See me like. I'm a flavor chaser, so like give me the craziest flavors.
Frankie's a flavor
Yeah.
chaser.
So like
right
give
here.
me orange, give me pine, give me like all. Like I'll take anything that you can taste, and you know, I also love like the skunky stuff too. I mean, I think a lot of the old school stuff was basically that, right? It was a lot of skunk. In fact, now you don't see any skunk, do you?
Never. It's hard to
Like,
get find,
yeah,
boss. It's
I
hard to
wish.
get
If you
find.
guys, if you guys had some, let us know. Yeah.
I would love to find some
I know,
old
right?
school hockey puck skunk.
Right. I mean, you remember that back in the day when you buy like
I hit some in the ceiling and like,
you buy it like from some kid in high school and you come home, your whole room would smell like
Six socks.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about the 90s. You're like, oh, I was in the 90s smoking.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff.
It was, all the old strains back then, right? I mean, my favorite strain probably of all time was strawberry cough,
Okay.
right?
that-
I don't,
That is an OG right there.
it is,
A fruity OG.
yeah, it was a good one because I just remember the look of it. It just had this like bluish tint to it almost, and I don't know, it looked different. And and then I tried it, and then you cough, and sure enough, it really does kind of taste like a scratch and sniff strawberry. You know what I mean? Like
It's,
that kind
it's
of.
so weird how like
Yeah.
the natural genetics like end up mimicking all this stuff that we already know. It's
I
insane.
just thought that was neat. I was like, wow, And of course now, I mean, I have tried so many different types of flower. It's kind of insane. Like, one particular strain here that we grew up. This is a strain called Forbidden Jelly. And
Heard of that.
It is. I mean, you guys have to smell it because it's something that I've never quite smelled or tasted anything like that, or anything, just weed in general.
Yeah.
It really has this like pungent orange smell, but it's kind of like a potpourri, kind of like it's kind of got a little bit of everything going on there. It's like just kind of a lot of things going on there. So highly suggest check that out. This is just it's so different, so unique. Just that flavor profile. But yeah, anyway, so like old school strains, Trainwreck, you had Northern Lights, right? You had Super or what was it? Lemon G, that was really popular. Yeah.
I feel like I had flashbacks when I first started.
White Widow. I mean, if you want to
White Widow.
White
I've been
Widow.
trying to find some real White Widow. It's
Yeah.
still cold.
And I love the lore behind it too, just like all of these old strains that we may never see again.
Yeah.
The
The cuts are gone.
Yeah,
They're literally gone.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's all been smoked up.
any of those old strains you could probably sell here in Michigan, it would probably be the best.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Like when I first started smoking, I had just a ton of those little jars. Like I'd buy the pack.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Every like ounce I'd get, I'd save a little eighth of it. And so at one point, I had, like,
Yeah.
30 of them, and I'm like thinking back, like I just got bored one day and just started going through them. If I still had those today, like
White Widow all the way through. Smoking White Widow.
I have a special place in my heart for White Widow.
All those seeds, I shook off the newspaper.
Yeah, of course,
Man.
the weed we first got, at least what I first got, was the ditch weed, right? It was the brick weed. It was there was about 10 seeds in it. The whole thing was a giant stem, and pushed and bricked up as much as you could, and somehow you got high. We called it Brown Wizard. 'Cause
Wizard.
it was brown, but still magically got you high.
That's interesting.
So now, Dutch Touch Genetics, are you guys exclusive here to Green Labs?
Yeah, so currently right now as it stands, we are exclusive to Green Lab. So we are actually at the same company, so we're vertical. So we're one of the few that is local. We all live around here. We all basically lived our whole lives around here. We all, grew weed around here. And we also, so we're growers, but we also have our own store. And so a lot of places, you can buy all kinds of stuff, but you almost never have that connection with the grower. You almost never know what their world's about or what's going on there. You kind of just, either you get a deli style or a prepackaged, but you just don't have that, that
This is the
connection.
middleman, you know what I'm saying?
And that's important. I think
absolutely.
so much of it, honest to God, is the growing of it.
So you guys are the baseball version of farm to table.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah, that's what we really truly feel like, because, you get weed from everywhere, or anywhere, really. I mean, there's just so much product on the market.
Absolutely.
But there's not many places that you can really get honest, like, tried and true, good quality cannabis with people that you can know and trust. That are local. They're not just some corporation that owns, X, Y, and Z and has 10 brands under their name. And, sometimes they're like celebrity stuff. Endorsed, and they have just, all this stuff, but they just don't have that local connection. like places like us, that, like we do.
And a lot of people can claim quality, but as you can see here on the table, you guys have actual proof. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do, yes. This is the High Times Cannabis Cup. We actually won with our strain Mr. Clean. And so Mr. Clean is a sativa dominant flower that is just truly amazing in the sense of smell, taste, effect. It is just like kind of powerful. It's got a lot of stuff going on. It kind of has like this sweet tart wine.
It's
taste.
so yes, I was about to say it gives me lilac vibes almost.
Yeah.
But it has a very like sweet flavor.
Yeah, just that smell.
Oh my
strong.
gosh. Yeah.
So-
it's one of my favorites from you guys right now for sure.
Yeah. It really is it's
And I don't like fruity terps. I don't like it,
Yeah.
but I like Mr. Clean. I do like Mr. Clean.
yeah, a lot of people I remember just smelling it. Like, I've never smelled anything like that.
It smells like old
You know?
school to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
Yeah, it's got
smells like
that little bit of haze to it, so you're kind of getting that almost sweetness, almost,
Yep.
But yeah, it's a great flower, great strain. And so last year for the medical sativa category, we got first place.
Yeah.
So that's the first place trophy from High Times Cannabis Cup. So it's a competition.
Flags, that's a big flag.
It's
huge.
It's a competition that's statewide. That a bunch of growers come in, they submit stuff, and then they'll have categories like hybrid, sativa, indica, and then concentrate.
There's a distillate cart section. and everything.
There's all these kind of
distillate edibles, like
all that
everything.
stuff. So basically, they combine all the participants that they hear, they put them in a bag, and then places like us, so they'll sell it at a retail, and so people can buy it, and they'll just sample like the best of Michigan. It's kind of the idea from it. And so they just try different samples every day. They kind of rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for taste, for packaging, for appeal, look, back peel, all kinds of stuff. And so last year we ended up coming up with the top place from Mr. Clean, and we're definitely very proud of that.
Congratulations.
You guys can't see it from this view, but we'll get some close-up B-roll. This trophy is stunning. The artwork on this, the craftsmanship is gorgeous. They've got the chemical compounds, they've got the snakes, it looks like an ancient god.
It's crazy. And it's heavy.
Cows.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a
deal.
It's a real deal.
You're gonna hurt somebody with that, dude.
Yeah, the artwork on it, the snake, I think is really cool. Just like it's like I think it's a part of their original logo with like India and China. I believe they pay homage to that to like.
Oh, that's the original.
I think you can see some stuff on there.
Yeah.
But even just like the fan leaf there, really nice.
Beautiful, man.
Obviously everything's encased in gold. We got some chemical structures on the bottom there. I think.
Oh, I didn't see that they had like the THC, CBD.
Yeah, so it's definitely a cool cup. We try to show it as much as we can.
Yeah.
It's something neat. I think.
You guys need one of them little cases that's in the middle of the floor and rotate. Like
Yeah, I know.
in the
Maybe we
burglar
should.
movies,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. That would be cool. But yeah, so that's last year, and the year before that we did place third place for another sativa we have, which is Lilac Diesel, and Lilac Diesel is another one of those where it's just the terps are amazing. The smell factor on that smells exactly like what it sounds like. A little bit of gas, a little bit of lilac, put it together. Great sativa, great smell, great taste. That
Light purple flavor, man.
Yeah.
Literally. It's like quite literally.
We do grow some pretty good sativas around here.
Yeah.
And not many growers really do, because one, there's a longer grow process typically with sativas.
Right.
It's a little bit more. We happen to find some strains that really work well with our growing cycles and everything. So Mr. Clean, Lilac. I want to say we have Apollo too. So Apollo is actually an old school one. So it's Apollo was an old strain frame back in the day. I'm not sure what year, but a lot of old deadheads really appreciate the Apollo.
Yeah.
And how you can tell it's real or how you know it's a good cut is the terp, because it smells like a baby's diaper. This is how we describe it. It has just that little bit of nose to it, where that's what it's described as. You know, that's not our words. That's just kind of the.
That's what they tell you.
Yeah, that's what they tell you. But it's, you know, it just kind of speaks to the, you know, how versatile weed can be, right? How versatile cannabis can be, the flower itself, the effects from it, how it changes over the years. You know, a lot of people back in the day, they were all about Apollo. Now it's runts and, you know,
Flavor of the week.
yeah, whatever the flavor of the Mac. You know, Mac was huge.
Remember you getting
for
just
a while.
once every month
Yeah,
or
Mac was-
so?
Mac 1, Mac 2, Mac 3.
You know, now it's, I don't know, now it's kind of like, there's a lot of new stuff coming out. I think there's a lot more focus on like collabs, like let's see what, you know, these two companies can do together.
Yes, I've been seeing a lot of it.
Yeah, it's like Manny B.
Yeah,
I think
Manny
he's-
B Melts.
Yeah, I know he's doing a lot of stuff. Some other companies are doing some other things. We also were trying to do some of that.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. We do have one in the works
Dutch
real
Chops,
soon.
Frankie J, collab coming soon.
Major fruit turks.
But we think that's pretty cool though, because like, you know, there's a lot of growers in the state. A lot of people are growing some really good stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, why not? Why not come together and just, you know, do some interesting stuff? Like especially when we have all of these products like donuts or, you know, infused joints.
And why not put somebody else's rosin?
Yeah, absolutely. So like, yeah, so this collab we're working on, you know, we're smearing the flour, and they're putting in some bubble hash, and it's like perfect because it's like, you know, we have a lot of flour we can make. We're good with that. They have a lot of extracts on hand, so why not? Why not come with something different? You know?
She's one of the new projects for 2025.
Yep. It might even be this month. I'm not
You
sure.
heard it here
It might be on the
first.
shelves. But I will
it's-
say it will be on these shelves in Green Labs for sure. But we expect it to be on other Michigan shelves actually for the first time
Damn.
in our history.
That's gonna be badass.
We've always been kind of sold here at Green Labs, so we're kind of excited to see, even if it's a collab, but to see our product nonetheless in other stores with Aspen.
See how it performs? Yeah, I think it'll do great.
Yeah.
It's, you guys are really bringing to the table. So
But we appreciate that. Yeah, we just been kind of like, you know, putting our head down, just kind of making sure we have a great product. I think, you know, for us, we're very product focused. We really, really care about the product. You know, if the product's not good, we're not good. You know, it's just simply put. And, you know, we really pride ourselves on the cleanliness of our facility, you know, our passion. We just, you know, a lot of days are rough sometimes in the grow and the store and just the industry as a whole. You know, people just, that's just everything. You know, any job, any industry you
Always
have,
politics.
you're going to have some bad
Still a
days.
job.
You know, yeah, it's still a job. But, you know, with us, we really are just, you know, we're so focused on just always trying to be a little bit better. Always trying to do that little extra step of, you know, what else can we do? What else can we mix this with? What can we do to grow this strain better next time? You know, and sometimes some things happen. The facility, you know, sometimes just a lot of things can happen, just outside elements. You know, just with the growing process itself, you know, that's why we try to really maintain a very, very clean facility. You know, even to get into our grow facility, you have to take a shower. You have to, you know, get all your old clothes off, take a shower, make sure, you know, you're basically cleansed from the outside world. You're not bringing in any of that outside pathogens or
do
anything.
you think other grow facilities do that?
No.
That's you guys do that.
I will tell you right now, they don't. And you can see it for yourselves. You know,
Devil's in the details.
You see pictures of other grows, you know, and while it's cool to see behind the scenes, well, one, a lot of places don't want to show you anything. You know, a lot of brands just, they don't want any camera near what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And who knows what their grow facility looks like, you know? And we really feel like we try to showcase that as much as we can.
I feel like you guys do.
Yeah, we really do. Like almost every harvest, we're like, this is it. This is what we do. This is our plans. You know, and that's at least what I try to do as a marketing manager. You know, every time we're growing something, we're showing it. We're showing how we do things, like how it looks. You know, because we want people to be part of that. Because we feel like, you know, we're not just some man behind the curtain, just, you know, giving you boxes
That's what it feels like
to
a
buy.
local vibe here.
You know, it's like, hey, like
community.
Yeah, like we're growers. We've been doing this for a long time. We still love the process. We still love, you know, just getting in there, experimenting with, you know, the genetics and growing process. You know, it's just all kinds of stuff that you can do with it. But yeah, a lot of places are, you know, they don't wear hair nets. They don't wear any protective, you know, clothing. They don't wear gloves.
That's crazy.
You know, like anytime we touch a product in the grow facility, we are gloved up. We are never touching the product with a bare hand.
Yep.
Just because, again, we're trying to maintain that cleanliness. It's really important. You know, we have patients. Obviously, we're still a medical license. We still really want to maintain that level that a lot of places don't. But a lot of people don't know about that. But for us, we just really strive every day
Be the best of the best.
to be at least clean. We try to be because that's really important for the facility, because a lot of that stuff can just end up in your wheat.
Absolutely.
You don't want that. We want a clean product that people can trust. We don't remediate. We don't remediate one bit. A lot of places do.
That's a big thing people aren't really talking about.
It is, and no one really knows what it is, or why it's bad, or should I even care?
I have friends who maintain disability period just because they know the remediation.
There's places where that's their entire business model is they don't care what it actually looks like growing. They're just going to remediate it anyway because they have to pass the testing process. Right.
Yeah. If it's too much, throw it in.
And so they don't care if there's microbes and yeast and mold and all this stuff. They're just going to do a little wand action with the remediation, and then
that's not cool at
and
all.
so we really do stress that with cannabis, it really pays to shop around and really be brand loyal, because you can trust brands if they're putting out stuff constantly, consistently, every single day with good stuff. That's going to speak a lot more volumes than just a single piece of marketing clip. Like some commercial or something you see on Facebook. We try to live that every single day. Yeah, sure. And we never. I mean, it's not even like in our dictionary to remediation.
Right.
We are.
It's not even an idea.
Yeah. I mean, we really have way too much respect for the plant to do that.
Love that.
And a lot of places don't. And is what it is, but it really does pay to shop around. It really pays to get people that are serious about cannabis. They're not just some business swooping in to try to make money. Right. Obviously everyone's trying to make money. It's a business. But there's people that really care, and there's people that don't.
Right.
And we feel like we really are one of the few that do.
Yeah,
I can tell you guys care.
We've definitely all had your products, love them, never had an issue. But with that being said, shout out to Green Labs, Michigan. We're going to take a walk with John and pick out some products and
Hell yeah.
move on to the next
Hell
step.
yeah.
Sweet.
Dope.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, we said.